I request the audience for a moment, आप ये सोचिए कि आपका अपना बिजनेस है, आपकी अपनी कंपनी है, कोई भी कंपनी, और आपको उसमें लोग हायर करने हैं. You need to hire people to run your company. Let's assume that for a moment. Now, what is it that you will look for? You will look for cash.
And what you feel, what kind of skill set is required really in today's world, and especially which is, the basic expectations of any employer from the freshers?
Academic institutions, the fundamental role, the way I understand it, is to impart knowledge that brings you to a certain level of competence and understanding.
I know it's very complicated question, but I would love to hear it from you.
Well, the number one tip for HR people who are doing interviews is,
हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू एचआर स्कूप. आज एचआर स्कूप आपके लिए एक ऐसी विमेन एचआर लीडर जो 40 अंडर 40 बाय बिजनेस वर्ल्ड अवॉर्डेड हैं और जिन्होंने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र के साथ एंड एज अ एंटरप्रेन्योर also working as a corporate HR leader now and having more than 17 years of experience, let me welcome Ms. Sudha Krishnamurthy on HR Scoop. Hello, ma'am.
Hi Deepika and hi HR Scoop.
Hi, how
Lovely
are you?
to be here.
Thank you. And we are glad that you are here. And you said yes, and the kind of conversation we had, it was really amazing. The kind of experience you talked about, it was very eye-opening for me. The very versatile kind of exposure you have, the entrepreneurship, the government of experience, and having an HR experience. I would like to know your journey more.
Oh well, I started out as a science nerd. जब मैं स्कूल में थी मुझे साइंस का बहुत शौक था. महाराष्ट्र में मेरी परवरिश हुई. I studied in Maharashtra, and in this state we have a Dr. Homi Baba Young Scientist competition for students in middle school. It was the thrill of a lifetime when I got selected from my school.
Wow.
And represented my school at that forum, learned how to apply science in practical experiments and projects, and that experience really was a mind-opening one, because it made me realize that the world is not just what your teachers tell you or what your textbooks tell you. The world is what you make out of what you learn from it. And from there, well, tracks changed. I did my bachelor's in commerce, an MBA, and then I've been working for the last 17 years now. I started my career with Dell. It's a major technology company. Worked
Wow.
with them for 4 years. And then I decided to become an entrepreneur. Everybody thought I was crazy. I didn't come from a business family. So they thought, oh, did she make so much money in the first 4 years that she wants to quit her job? Or what is she really up to? But I had the firm conviction that I had some value to offer. And clearly the market also acknowledged it. So for 4 years, I was an entrepreneur. But I did struggle with scaling it up. That's when I wound up shop, worked briefly with the government of Maharashtra in the skill development space. It's an assignment very close to my heart because I got the opportunity to design the public-private partnership policy for vocational education and training in Maharashtra, which is now my home state. Thereafter, corporate life beckoned, so I joined Kotak Life Insurance. I was with them for 7 years, and for the last 2.5 years, I'm with Rockwell Automation, a Fortune 500 major, which has a growing presence in Pune.
Wow. Yeah, I know about this organization, and very interesting journey. But why so many, the different areas, and the government, and then business, and then a job. So why you have decided to jump into the business and then business to government and the company again?
It's like a thali. When you have food served on the thali, you have rice, you have roti, you have a few sabzis, you have some pickle, you have some papad, and each one has some value to contribute. And when you eat each one, and let's not forget the sweet dishes, you feel that they have given you some value, right? but you don't eat unless you're hungry. Likewise, my entire career has been built on this cornerstone that I firmly believe that the human resources, the human capital, are the biggest differentiating asset for any organization. So the more strategically employers look at their human capital and employing people like me to do that, the greater the benefits for the entire ecosystem. So while a lot of people might think that this is very, very different sectors, the way I see it, it's all a different environment, but for the same thing. Throughout my career, there's only one thing that I've really done. I've helped organizations that I was employed with to make better use and take better benefit of the people and talent that they are employing.
Wow. Wow. So, since you have closely worked with Government of Maharashtra and that too into skill development, what you feel about, there is a lot of misconceptions around career strategy. So, what's your take on this?
That's an interesting point that you brought up. Skill development, the way it is defined in the Kaushalya Vikas Vibhag or skill development department of the government, they are looking at vocational education and training. What does this mean? This means that how is it that we can give certain skills to someone who knows nothing about that skill, but who has some basic level of middle school, high school education done, so that they can become employable. The objective of such programs is pure employability. But career strategy is a much larger topic and something that I am very passionate about. Because a lot of people, whether it was my generation or the more younger one, have been following the herd. हम ये देखते हैं कि हमारे आसपास के 7-8 जने क्या कर रहे हैं, हमें लगता है फिर हमें भी वैसा ही कुछ करना चाहिए. अगर हम ऐसा नहीं सोचते तो हमारे पेरेंट्स की एक्सपेक्टेशन को फुलफिल करने में हम अपनी ज़िंदगी लगा देते हैं. दिस डिफाइंस अ लॉट ऑफ आवर पीपल, वेयरइन हमारे खुद के इन्नेट कुछ स्ट्रेंथ्स होती हैं. जब तक हमें वो रियलाइज़ होता है तब तक करियर ट्रैक चेंज करना, रिस्क, फाइनेंशियल ऑब्लिगेशंस, ये सारी चीज़ें आके क्लटर कर लेती हैं. So the earlier in life we realize that we need to think through our careers for ourselves and not let people around us define it for us, the more conscious we are about the choices that we make.
Wow. And what all other steps to make those choices?
अगर आप एक फ्रेशर से बात करेंगे तो उनसे पूछेंगे आपको आपके जॉब में क्या चाहिए. And I teach at Symbiosis, so very often I ask this question to my batch, and you'll typically hear answer, अच्छी जॉब चाहिए. अच्छी जॉब में क्या चाहिए आपको? And the answers would be a great brand, great money, some work-life flexibility, but beyond that, what? Once you get into the door of the company, then what? फिर कहते हैं बट मैम हमने तो कभी काम ही नहीं किया है किसी कंपनी में, हमें क्या पता कंपनियां कैसी होती है, जाएंगे एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे तो पता चलेगा. बट आप जब जाते हो कंपनी के दरवाजे के अंदर, आपकी एंट्री हो गई, आप एम्प्लॉई बन गए, तो वहाँ पे आपका मैनेजर बैठा है. Yeah, you have a manager over there. Your manager has a goal sheet for you. You got to fulfill all those expectations which are there on the goal sheet. You keep performing, get a performance appraisal. 1 साल निकल गया, 2 साल निकल गया, कुछ साल बाद आप realize कर रहे हो, hey, I'm fulfilling somebody else's objectives. What am I supposed to be doing with my skills and my life? Is this the right thing for me?
True.
वो realization, especially जब humble background से लोग आते हैं, तो after you reach a certain level of financial income, तब realize करना चालू होता है that oh well, maybe I could have made some other choices. That's what I meant.
Wow, super. So, as you said, employability is not that broader term. The career strategy is the broader term of it. But employability के around जो market trends हैं, वो डराने वाले हैं. Don't you think so?
किस ज़माने में डराने वाले नहीं थे?
ये भी है.
आप कोई भी शतक देख लीजिए, take any decade and take any geography of the world, you will find that at some point or the other there was some scare about employability. आप unemployment के आंकड़े देख के मत घबराइए. You don't need to boil the ocean, or I don't need to boil the ocean. What we need to figure out is, do I have something worth offering to an employer which is of value for which he or she is willing to pay me? आपको सिर्फ इतना सोचना है. अभी समझो you are a vegetable vendor. आपके पास कुछ टमाटर हैं, कुछ आलू हैं, कुछ प्याज है, कुछ बनाना है. अगर आपको ये चीज़ें बेचनी हैं तो आप क्या सोचोगे? ओके, अभी बारिश का मौसम है, लोगों को पकोड़े खाने का शायद मन करेगा, तो प्याज और आलू ज़्यादा बिकेंगे, बनाना शायद उतना नहीं बिकेगा, तो आप वो ज़्यादा खरीदोगे और अपने कस्टमर्स को वो बेचने की कोशिश करोगे, राइट?
करेक्ट.
एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी यही तो है. एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी इज ट्राइंग टू फिगर आउट what is it that the industry wants, what's the environment climate in the marketplace. Therefore, what are the companies and industries looking to hire for? Why will they hire you, a fresher, versus you, a lateral candidate with experience, instead of grooming someone who's already inside the company to do that? ये अगर समझ आ जाती है, then you know what is it that you need to learn, gain experience in, so that you know what skills to sell to an employer.
वाओ, आपने इतने बड़ी चीज़ को ना इतने सिंपल एग्जाम्पल के साथ इतनी ब्यूटीफुल तरीके से बताया ना. मुझे लगता है कि मैं आज तक एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी की इतनी कहानी सुनाती थी लोगों को, बहुत ही सिंपल तरीके से समझाया. बट मुझे इसमें एक एंगल नज़र आता है जो स्किल वर्सेस क्वालिफिकेशन का है. Do you think what is your take on it? Because I want to get lot more inputs from your side, क्योंकि आपने closely government के साथ जब काम किया है, and that too in skill development and having an HR experience, so you know the both sides, and I think this is very useful for the audience. So skill versus qualification, what you what you understand and what message you would like to give to the audience?
Let me answer your question in a little roundabout way, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
समझिए आप एक बिजनेस ओनर हैं, जो कि आप हैं, बट आई रिक्वेस्ट द ऑडियंस फॉर अ मोमेंट, आप ये सोचिए कि आपका अपना बिजनेस है, आपकी अपनी कंपनी है, कोई भी कंपनी, और आपको उसमें लोग हायर करने हैं. यू नीड टू हायर पीपल टू रन योर कंपनी. Let's assume that for a moment. Now, what is it that you will look for? You will look for cash, knowledge, the K, attitude, that's the A, skills, and habits. These are the 4 things essentially that you would look for when you're hiring anybody. Then you will decide, okay, मुझे ये नॉलेज चाहिए, ये नॉलेज में मुझे इतना एक्सपर्टीज़ चाहिए, मुझे ये स्किल चाहिए, मुझे ये स्किल में इतना एक्सपर्टीज़ चाहिए, इस तरीके का एटीट्यूड चाहिए. क्योंकि मेरा बिजनेस स्लो मूविंग है, इसमें लॉन्ग जेस्टेशन पीरियड है, या नहीं तो मेरा बिजनेस एकदम वुका वर्ल्ड वाला ही है, पर्सोनिफाइंग इट, बहुत एजिलिटी चाहिए. सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एटीट्यूड डू आई वांट, एंड फाइनली व्हाट हैबिट्स डू आई वांट, एंड हैबिट्स आर बिल्ट थ्रू एक्सपीरियंस. सो एज एन एम्प्लॉयर, जब आप ये डिसाइड करते हो कि आपको क्या चाहिए, देन यू गो लुकिंग फॉर इट. सो दैट्स द एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी पर्सपेक्टिव टू इट. नाउ लेट्स लुक एट व्हाट डू दीज वर्ड्स क्वालिफिकेशन एंड स्किल रियली मीन. Because skill, well, you need a certification these days to tell the world that yes, I'm skilled at it. Unless you can demonstrate via a portfolio, whether it's a digital one or an offline one, or you can make models that explain to people that, hey, this is an engineering model that I made. If you can have something called work sample, मैंने अगर रोबोट एक बनाया और एक एग्जीबिशन में डिस्प्ले किया, then do I need to show a certificate कि मुझे robotics आती है? No. The qualification is just a certificate. It's a certificate for the years of knowledge that you have acquired through academics. It's a certificate, a piece of paper that tells the world that your level of knowledge and skill is up to a certain acceptable standard, अब वो स्टैंडर्ड इंडिया में इज़ डिफाइंड बाय यूजीसी नॉर्म्स ऑफ इतनी इतनी पढ़ाई करनी है तो आपको बैचलर की डिग्री मिलेगी, अगर आपने पास किया फलाना फलाना परसेंटेज आपको मिला तो आप इस क्लास की श्रेणी के हो जाते हो. सो ऑल दैट इट टेल्स इज दिस इज this standard.
Okay.
But how do you apply that standard at the workplace? That's an altogether different ball game. And that's really the root cause of why talent acquisition or hiring managers say candidates नहीं मिलते और candidates कहते हैं कि नौकरी नहीं मिलती है, because there's quite a bit of a gap over there.
So, but that market standard asks for the certifications and those degrees.
अब क्या करें? Now, if you have, let's go back to the vegetable seller example, yeah? You have so many onions that are available. इतने सारे प्याज है, सफ़ेद प्याज हैं, पिंक प्याज है, आजकल तो डिहाइड्रेटेड प्याज, ऑनियन फ्लेक्स, पता नहीं कौन सी वैरायटी के मिल रहे हैं.
Correct.
राइट ना, एज अ कस्टमर आप ये सोचते हो कि ओके व्हाट विल फुलफिल माय नीड्स. अगर मुझे पकोड़े बनाने हैं तो I will prefer a certain type of onion. If I want to make a pasta, maybe I'll find an onion powder more convenient. That's what happens with employers in the talent market too. They have a certain need. Every employer is pretty clear on what's the knowledge, attitude, skills, habit, the cash that they're looking for. अब वो cash अगर हासिल करना है तो मैं किस तरीके का candidate hire करूँ? It becomes very difficult when you're faced with an ocean of resumes.
Yeah.
है ना? Starting point तो resume होता है. That's the traditional hiring process at least. Now, एक वैकेंसी के लिए अगर आपके पास 3,000 से ज़्यादा applicants आती हैं, which is pretty normal in the entry level.
Correct.
Then as an employer आप अपना कितना समय, energy, effort लगाओगे to evaluate each of those?
Not possible.
Right? So कहीं ना कहीं आपको छांटने का process करना पड़ता है, which is why there are qualification based eliminations, there are cut-off score marks based eliminations, because what does that tell the employer? It tells the employer, hey, this is this quality of onion, not this quality of onion. So I just don't have to worry about the standards. Why? Because that's what the qualification tells me. That doesn't mean a dropout can't be a genius. I'm sure history has enough examples that all of us know about. But qualifications matter too.
Yeah.
Even in today's world where people have started questioning whether it's worth it to study for 16, 18, 21 years of basic degrees and then pursue something that will make you readily employable. Well, a qualification does tell a company about your serious commitment to acquire knowledge,
Right.
especially in fields which are conceptually very heavy.
Right, right. I agree to this. And what do you feel, what kind of skill set is required really in today's world, and especially which is, the basic expectations of any employer from the freshers?